as we talk live tonight on a topic that's going to help you with relationships. So welcome, welcome. Now I am talking on various platforms because I've been doing this for some time, and a lot of you all want me to talk on each of the platform. I'm assuming everybody's not on the same platform. Now, usually I don't do a live on Friday and Saturday because most people are technically out with their mate. And I give you the ideas on Thursday so that you can put these products or ideas or your tips or the techniques into play by the time the weekend come, okay? So because I'm now coming live on Friday, we're gonna see how this works, see how many views we get. I know it's gonna be a little low thing, but we'll see how it goes. So thank you for joining me. As you see, we're talking about the top sex issues in the bedroom. And I'm the top I'm talking about this for a reason, just so that you can get an idea of what is the cause, and I'll give you some solutions to it. But here's what I'm thinking about doing. I think I'm gonna create a page, membership, or Facebook group, or either a membership group or some type of group through you, somebody. I'm gonna find which platform makes sense. And we're gonna do that. And those who really, really have major issues and really wanna talk can then talk to me in the group and ask questions so that you can get greater help. How about that? So we're gonna try to work that. So we're gonna see how that go. Hey Judy, how you doing? So I'm just gonna do a few. I'm not gonna hold you guys too long because, like I said, this is a Friday evening, and those who are watching me tonight right now, looking to just laugh and have a conversation. Because if you fall in love, doctor, guys, I make you laugh, I make you happy, we have fun, we're gonna enjoy. I give you information that's gonna help you find love, get love, keep love, or just enhance it. That's what I do. So thank you for joining me and being a part. I am a loveologist, and I've been doing this now for over 15 years. So I am well into helping you get understanding. I am about making sure you get understanding about whatever we have a conversation about. So I think I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna create that group, okay? So continue to make sure you follow me, make sure you hit that notification bell, get yourself connected, because I'm gonna put that up soon so you can get that information. And please let other people know I'm out here talking about this that's gonna help them with any issues they may have. Even if you don't have issues, you might be helping your friend. How about that? All right, guys, so here we go. This is about the top, Lord, I don't know what is going on. It could be me drinking this wine. We're talking about the top sex issues in the bedroom, right? So what causes you to have those issues? And this doesn't matter, guys, if you're single, married, dating, shacking. I don't give a jack behind. This is for anyone that has ever engaged in some form of intimacy, would like to engage in some form of intimacy in the future. This is going to help you get some information about any issues you may have with those situations. So it doesn't matter, okay? This doesn't have any, it's not, no, because I'm going to do the one on men, and I'll do the one on women. But I am going to talk about, there's some things in here that involve both. That's why I'm only talking, I'm only going to give you the few, okay? Because this is only going to involve, this is involving the both. So I'm going to do another night talk, and we'll talk about what women have issues with in the bedroom and why they have these issues with their mate, be it if it's a man or a woman. And then I'll do the issues with the men and why they have this situation going on, be it that is man or woman. Okay? So hey Damaris, hey Devin, hey Tom Thumb, Hey, Johnny. Hi, you guys. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being a part of Love Doctor tonight. All right, so let's get right into this. Let's first talk about the causes. Here, the causes is a lot of time we have issues in the bedroom because our body change. It could be that we lose weight, gain weight, the body changes, right? And so that's going to be a cause to issues changing in the bedroom. And you'll see what I'm talking about when I go more into this. You fear someone knowing any type of issues you have. Or you might fear them looking at your body. You just have these issues there. And that causes you to do certain things. And I'll talk about that when I'm going to give you one more cause. And the other cause could be the lack of communication about your desires. Remember, I talked to you guys about that. You have to tell somebody what you want and like, okay? That is important. Now, I'm doing this because there are some people in the bedroom don't even want you to see their body. They got to have it dark. The lights are off. They got to keep a robe on because they don't want you to see, i.e. their flaws, i.e. they believe that they have flaws or you believe you have flaws. And you guys know I talked about this. You remember what I said? Men don't give a jack behind about none of that. They try to figure out when you going to get over here. They don't care about that shit. They don't care if you got cellulite. They don't care if you got a broken leg. Their mind is on one thing. And what you going to do about it to give them this relief. Just real talk, okay? Y'all know I talk it. Oh, my gosh. So, hey, Hollis. Hey, Ronnie. Now, here we go. What happened if you don't address this? Okay? If you don't address your bedroom issues, it's going to affect the intimacy. It's going to affect, it's going to affect your connection. You're having a lasting relationship. It's going to affect your self-esteem because you're going to start fearing that your mate is doing something with someone else. See what I mean? So this has to be addressed when you have various issues in your bedroom. And this is why I'm doing this talk. And relationship change all the time. No one relationship is going to stay this way. Like, it's going to change. And this is why you have to constantly talk about your desires and what you like, what you don't like, what you're going to do. Now, this is not I'm not going to talk about anything in no particular order. This is just my having a conversation about what I find to be some of the issues in the bedroom, okay? And I'm only going to, like I said, do a few, and then we'll do another talk because it's always going to be us talking about something, all right? Now, one of them is most men and women have a difficulty reaching an orgasm. Now, what causes you're not reaching an orgasm? And this is for men and women, okay? And both involves stress. It involves possibly your own medication. It involves a lack of stimulation, and it may cause a lack of your desire for the person, right? Which is very, very important. You guys got to get that. Okay, so let's talk about this for a minute. When you don't have an orgasm, it is, i.e., either you don't know how to have or recognize an orgasm, okay? Or B, you never experienced what an orgasm is, okay? Or i.e., that in the act of the intimacy, this person is not fulfilling it. Got it? Okay? So, when you have difficulty of having an orgasm, it's a simple solution to it, okay? It's really simple. You've got to increase, and if y'all been watching me and follow me, I talked about this before. You've got to increase foreplay. You've got to increase touching each other. You've got to increase switching roles and switching positions. You can do not stay in the same position, guys. You gotta change. If you change, your mind and the excitement of desire changes, right? Because you're excited about what you're doing. It's almost like when you're young and some of you may have, I ain't saying all, some of you had fun in the car and you played in the back seat and you touched each other and you laugh and you giggle. Those are the same things you have to do when you find your mate, or when you're looking for your mate, or when you're in a relationship with someone you enjoy. Otherwise, you're going to miss the opportunity of experiencing an orgasm. Okay? Now, you gotta add products. And you know what, guys? I think what I'm gonna do, and this is why I'm creating this group, is that I'm gonna talk about products that's gonna help you in the bedroom. And there's a lot of products out there, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you don't know about it. Again, I talk about this all the time. I'm not saying you don't know they exist and you don't know what they do. What I'm saying is, in the group, I can go more into detail about certain products that's going to help you really, really have excitement. I'm going to keep my mouth closed. Excitement in the bedroom, okay? And so you've got to add those things, and it help you have an orgasm. You understand? And now, if you got any issues going on, then take some medication. Because there is medication for those who not reaching an orgasm. Because it could be a problem where you don't reach an orgasm. Okay, guys? So this is why I'm talking about this, because it's very important to talk about. Now, this one right here, I really don't think you guys talk about this because y'all think it doesn't exist, but it really does. Are you bored in the bedroom? Here's the thing about being bored in the bedroom. You do the same routine. You do the same thing every time you're with your mate. You're in the same position every time you're with your mate. Y'all don't change up at all. You all don't have toys, creams, handcuffs. Y'all don't have nothing in the bedroom. Not even, and you got a tie in the closet and you don't even use that. Y'all like no message, love, not to give you real. And I think also it's boredom in the bedroom because you've just lacked your desire for excitement in the bedroom. And it could be unresolved issues that you have going on within that in the bedroom. You got me? Guys, it's very easy to fix your boredom. Now, I just talked about the orgasm. The thing with being bored, you either, i.e., bored with someone, i.e., you are tired of that relationship, i.e., you either just matured where you just don't desire sex anymore, right? But here's my thing, and here's my way you can fix boredom in the bedroom. Y'all gotta get y'all asses out the bedroom. You gotta get out of the bedroom, and you got to find other places to have excitement and fun. You can't always do the position in the bedroom. Now don't get me wrong. If y'all if some of y'all got handicap issues, you can't move, or you can, and I mean, I'm not being funny, and I'm talking real talk. Those who can't do other positions and can't do but the bed, right? then I get it. Okay. But you're going to have to change where you come together with your mate. You have to come up with ideas with people new that you bring into your life. If you want to go new into intimacy, you have to see. Here's the thing: if you got excitement in a relationship with someone in the beginning, right? You got to keep that same excitement all the way through. You got to keep that excitement. I mean, you got to keep the excitement. And this is why I say you've got to bring erotic content into it. Here's the thing I'm trying to say. And this is real talk now, because I'm very transparent. When I was young, I had no idea about porn, right? We don't supposed to see those things until we are 18. Oh, well, 21. Supposedly. So I saw it, of course, after 18. And I watched porn. Now, here's the reason I did that. Somebody told me to do that. See, and this is, men sometimes influence and teach women to do things like we as women teach men things. So when I watched that content, I got an understanding of why fellatio matter. And this is why if you get bored in the bedroom, I know some ladies, you all don't desire oral sex, and men don't. Some may don't either. But if you want to keep some excitement in there, then you got to try some sensual massages. You've got to come up with ways you're going to touch your mate. You got to explore each come up with various different ideas. You got to talk about fantasies. You got to discuss, do you have any fetishes? It's easy to get over being bored in the bedroom. You all not making an effort. If you're not making an effort with that person that you're in a relationship with, then something has changed. And therefore, you've got to change. I either make the person, or you got to change yourself. Is in that category right there. So boredom in the bedroom can be fixed. If the boredom in the bedroom can't be fixed, that means this person is a couch potato, non-compromising, or not willing. And when that happens, what do we do, people? What I talk about. Change. Move on. It's not working. Stop carrying the horse and dragging the horse. The horse don't want to do. Leave the horse alone. Okay? We'll talk about this all the time, guys. Stop wasting time. Stop wasting time. All right, so let me talk about another one. Erectile dysfunction. Now, erectile dysfunction does not only happen just for men, it happens for women as well. Okay? So everything is just not on just women, men, women have it as well. But we're going to, for the purpose of this conversation, I'm mainly going to talk somewhat more to the men about, and this is still, it still relate to the women as well. So what happened, what causes that? For men, it's a poor blood flow for them, which causes them not to have an erection, right? Anxiety, diabetes, stress, medication, those, just performance, a pressure to perform, those are the kind of things that causes that to take place. Okay. Now, a lot of times you get that information, especially our men, learn how to resolve their issues when it comes to erectile dysfunction, right? Most of the time, men are going to get the product, right? But this also involves exercising and dieting. So some people just don't exercise or diet. So you've got to put that in there. You've got to do that. You've got to, especially, and I'd say, anything that you do when it comes to changing up, a lot of time it's our diet. We could change what we eat, and it could change things. Like, for instance, I was just telling, and this is why I'm gonna do the group, because I was just telling some people, young lady, about how she can keep her coochie smelling good, and it's eating a simple fruit. Certain fruits make a woman's coochie smell good and taste good, and that's kiwi. That's the number one, I say. There's others, but kiwi is the number one. Some say the pineapple. I'm allergic to pineapple, so I can't do pineapple. But kiwi is another one. Clue, ladies. Eat some kiwi. It works. It works. Again, if you're really having an issue, consult with a doctor and get some Viagra, get some Cialis, etc. Get something that's going to give you added boost to help you in the bedroom. You may want to try doing, like I said, you got to do different things in that bedroom. Y'all got to, and I was having a conversation with one of my clients that was saying that their mate did not want to perform oral. And that was the first thing she said when they started dating. But he now realized that it's not, he desires that and would like it. Even though he likes this particular person, he wants to enjoy that part of the relationship. Now, do you end a relationship on the basis of that? I got to think about that one. Kimberly, let me think. Let me hold my mouth on that one for a second. Put it this way: if you enjoy this, this is what I said to the male. If that's something that you really like and really want, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna cheat, because you're gonna want that particular sensation. And I'm just being upfront, ladies. That's sometimes why men cheat. If you're not going to perform oral sex and they desire and want it, they may go out there and get somebody to handle that. So you got to think about what you're going into. And this is what I talk about. When you're dating, you got to have a conversation about sex. You got to have a conversation about your desires. You got to have a conversation about what you like and don't like. You got to have a conversation, because you've got to find out if this is a red flag, don't work for you, or not sure, then you might not want to continue within that relationship, because it will be a problem down the road. Okay. So that's very important. And then sometimes what happens is men have a low libido, right? And I think women do too. So sometimes that comes from just a low sex drive. Most of the time, women, as they mature, they get a low sex drive, but then it comes back. So in other words, women from like sometime the ages of 30 to 50, 35 to 50 begin to have kind of low sex drive in there, because they are, where does hurt? Sorry, guys. Because I swear I just heard something on my deck. But sorry about that. That kind of, better not come in here messing with me, because I'll go in there and get my, I don't know what they're doing. But anyway, sorry about that, guy. So just like we're talking about erectile dysfunction, right? Though sex drive comes for women and for men, okay? So that happens for both because of stress. It could be relationship issues. It could be a hormone imbalance, and that's mostly in women. And it could be depression. So when that happens, you got to address that underlying issue, because it could be a health issue. It could be a health issue, but it also can be that stress. And so to reduce that stress, you've got to relax more. You got to do more meditation. You got to change what you're doing. You've got to communicate your desires. Remember I said you got to talk, guys, because you really have to talk. That's very important that you talk. And then you got to, make sure you're communicating your desires, because that's how you're going to change your desire. As I was saying, women from the ages of 35 to 50, sometime right in there, it goes down. But when that 50 and over, some reason we get back a drive again. And that's why you find older women with younger men, okay? Because the sex drive changes. The desire for sex changes, okay? So you got to try to build the intimacy back with your mate, meaning do touching techniques. Go to the park, walk together. You got to get together and do things that you normally wouldn't do, that involves touching each other, okay? That's where that low libido comes from. Now, the other thing is, and then I ain't gonna say no more, I'm gonna be done, is the premature ejaculation, right? Now, this happened, like I said, these last three I just gave you, is men and women. And this is the thing about me going more in detail in a group, because I can go more into explaining to those who really have an issue, what you're really dealing with, what's going on, because I can help you based on your situation and your issue. But what happens, it comes from a lot of times, it's a lack of control. It comes from anxiety. It comes from, the sensitivity. That means premature ejaculation, if those who don't have the definition or understanding what it is. It's a person that comes quick, pretty much. Let's just get to the point. So, they're unable to control their urge or desire within the act of sex. Okay, got it? So what happens a lot of time is it comes from a lack of control. They haven't learned to calm or to control their desires, or get with someone that is, as soon as you touch them, they're just very sensitive and they can't control it. Okay. Now, my solution to that when it comes to women, right? I teach this in my fellatio class. You got to do the stop and squeeze method. Women, men, hold your britches. I got you next. Okay, so the stop and squeeze is that women have to learn when they're in the bath, when you go to the bathroom, they got to learn to stop the urine from coming out. Got you? So you go to the bathroom, stop it. Let it go. Stop it. Let it go. It's like an exercise, guys. You got to exercise. You got to exercise. And if you start doing that, it'll help you pause your stimulation. You got me? Because you're stopping. So it's going to help you pause your stimulation. So you got to try to do that exercise. Now, for men, it's called, I think it's called edging. Okay, so for men, they have to delay theirs as well. So what you're doing is, it's not a squeeze method. It's more, you've got to learn to, when you know that the mind, okay, so men, I ain't no man. I'm going to try my best to explain it. But you got to learn to, because men, okay, here's the thing, men. I know you get an excitement to the point to where you're about to come. When you know that you're about to come, you got to pull out. You got to remove yourself from it, or from that act. You got to slow up, because sometimes you get excited. You got to start working on the relaxing more and letting go. So you got to learn to delay it. I'm not a man, so I can't tell y'all how to delay it. I just say delay it, shit. Just learn how to delay it. Pull out, right? Now, for women, y'all gotta try some creams. Get some, and this is why I want to get into the group so that I can tell you about products that'll help numb that area, and it'll help you prevent you from, coming quick. Because women come quick now. Now, women may not let y'all men know. Now, I'm gonna give y'all a hint, clue, men. When a woman comes, even when she comes, and she could come before you come, she dries up. That's a hint. And that's for my women. If you're trying to recognize your orgasm, when you have had an orgasm, you will dry up. And this is why I tell you to have some lubrication. Okay, so that's what happens, and you just got to start paying attention to your act of being in an intimate relationship. Okay, for men, you could try to get thicker condoms. Get thicker condoms because that'll reduce your sensitivity, and that'll help slow that down. Okay. So that's a few. I'm not gonna go into some more. We'll do another talk at night, on a weekend, when you're at home, relaxing, enjoying. And we'll do another talk on some other bedroom talk, sex. Because I'm going to do the next one mainly on, giving you more about what women have an issue in the bedroom. And then I'll do the men have an issue in the bedroom. And then we'll come back and we'll revisit some other things that causes the issues in the bedroom. But the number one thing that causes your issues in the bedroom is that you're maybe not into that mate, and things change. And this is why I talk about relationships and I do what I do. Your desire for somebody can sometimes change. Your desire to be in a relationship can change. The body change, And when that communication changes, it causes everything within your intimate side of your life change. So it's very important that when you're experiencing bedroom issues in the bedroom, even if you're not in a relationship, because you got to remember, this is the things I talk to you about. You don't have to have a relationship, but if you're in a relationship, but those things involve you, even if you're not in a relationship, So, but it happens because the mind changes about how you feel about somebody. Your relationship just changes, and so you've got to do something to fix it. Okay. So I would just, wanted to talk about that tonight on our Friday night. Those who are not out on a date, those who are not doing date night. My brother and his wife, they do date night, Friday date nights. And they have their wine and this and that. This is not wine. This is just some juice. But they'll have their wine and see what that say on there. What does that say? Wine. Can you read it? It's cheaper than therapy. But they do Friday night date night, so they have their enjoyment and they have fun. So that's a good thing. So I just wanted to give you guys a few. If you have any questions, you can put them in, and I'm looking at. I'll look through to see if anybody's had any questions. Hey James, how you doing? Hey Denzel, how are you guys doing? Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask me. Hey George, hey Tawana Brown, and Random Things. Thank you for joining me, guys. I appreciate you coming on this Friday night. I know you could be doing something else. You can be out with your mate or out with your friends, but I appreciate you joining me tonight just to hear about what we had to talk about. And hopefully the information that I gave you will help you with some ideas in the bedroom. Will help you, you know, fix some things. Thank you for the compliment, random things. I appreciate that. Yeah, so hopefully those things help you guys in the bedroom. Okay. I'm talking on multiple platforms. I'm not the best at it, but I'm okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I just wanted to get that to going for you guys. Thank you for being a part. Again, I love y'all giving me some ideas. It helps me come back and talk about things that you want to talk about. This was a good one. You know, sex issues in the bedrooms. That was a good one. That was a good one. I needed help with that shit. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for joining me. We will be back. What's today? Today is what? Today is a Friday, I think. Yeah, today is a Friday. So I'll be back. I might do tomorrow because I don't know about this Sunday. I might have to videotape one on Sunday. I ain't gonna mess with the Lord on Sunday. But I want to talk about that. That's a good one I'm gonna talk about, because I was talking to my best friend about why Christians have an issue talking about sex, right? And I'm like, why do y'all have an issue talking about sex? And I think that's a good topic to talk about. And I want to talk about it because how did y'all get here? So I don't understand why we fear talking about sex. I don't get it. But we're gonna have that's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna do a talk on that. And I'm gonna have to bring somebody in with me on that one, because that would be an interesting conversation. I sure wish that one, when you guys are ready, you can start coming in and want to be a part of the show, and we'll help you with your situation if you want to be seen, because most people don't want to be seen. They don't want anybody to know what they're going through, and I get it. But then you get those who willing to do it, right? All right, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful night tonight. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow or the next day. I'll figure out which one is a good one to do, to talk if I do it on Sunday. Okay? All right, guys, have a good night. We will be back. Remember, if you're single, love is just around the corner. Be patient. You don't have to rush looking for anybody. Enjoy self, enjoy life. If it's a mate for you and you're looking for a mate, they're right around the corner. Just be patient. It's just called being patient. You know what I say? If you're already in a relationship, that relationship's got to be about what? Peace, joy, and happiness. If you are not, you know what to do. Got to change it up. You got to fix it. Okay? Or stay a part of Love Doctor, and I'll give you some ideas. How about that? So thank you guys for being with me. I'll be back again. We'll be back talking about love. You know what I talk about? Love. So thank you for joining me. I will see you soon. Take care.